about them Cowboys, Giants fans? Ah, man, it does my heart good to beat them and beat them in a game where it matters a lot to them. They wanted us to lose this game so
I
bad. You could
they
see it.
they definitely did, but you
They
know
wanted
what?
it.
You know what?
They
We
didn't win.
pulled it out. I don't know
We
how we
did.
did
Defense.
it.
It's the
Defense,
defense.
it was Williams. He was boy, did he earn his paycheck today. We
Oh,
needed
yeah.
him out there.
Oh,
And you know what?
yeah.
I talked smack about Shepard
Hmm.
the entire
He
season.
bought out. Holy crap. You and me both. I was saying, I'm over here saying he's not the number one receiver. He can't replace Odell Beckham. Meanwhile, he's over here like,
He
what did you
balled.
say?
He
And
balled.
he balled out. He wanted it. Honestly, he looked like a different player today. I watched him and I saw a different demeanor. I saw somebody that's hungry and wants to earn his respect because I don't think he has it yet. And even a lot of commentators on ESPN, they'll always talk about how Sterling Shepard regressed, if you will. Like he hasn't really been the guy that he was when Odell Beckham was around. And I always talk about it too in a previous podcast. But tonight, well, you could say today,
Woo!
he proved that he can be the number one.
He
And
did.
he stepped up.
Definitely
He
number
took a
one.
different role. Darius Slayton kind of dragged on a little bit, although there were some questionable throws by Daniel Jones. I feel like Daniel Jones still isn't 100%, mainly because of his hamstring.
He's
Hamstrings are very
definitely
rough to recover from.
treating himself more tenderly for sure.
Yes.
I mean, but he took some hard hits today.
He did. Oh, that was a rough game. There was fights throughout the entire game, and I knew that it was going to be like this because, like it always is, the Cowboys and Giants games are always very rough, and especially when in a game that means a lot for us more so than them. To them, that game just meant let's just break their hearts. But for us, we said, "Damn it, you can't do anything about it." That's what happened. That's pretty much what happened. The defense said no because there were a lot of opportunities
The
given to them.
you know what? The defense said no because they told themselves, yes, we're going to give ourselves a chance.
Yes, because man, Wayne Gallman stressed me out at the end of the game with that freaking fumble. He stressed me out because I was like, "Run, go!" and then he just dropped.
He
He stressed
really
me out.
he's been on point since Barkley has been out hurt.
Right.
And for whatever reason, I don't know if he got caught up in the moment or something. He just,
I
that
think he
was
got
bad.
caught up because if you watch the replay, it didn't look like he jostled it. It straight up looked like he just let go of the football. It kind of just looked like it slipped out. I mean, the weather did play a factor, but the way he was running, he got excited because he saw how much green was in front of him. It was just one more guy. He was like, "Oh shoot, I could score." All he was thinking about was touchdown, and I admire that. But you got to keep your composure, man. Don't stress out the Giants fans like that, dropping the ball out of nowhere, almost giving it back to them again. In like the past two drives,
I
and
don't,
back
you
to
know
back,
what?
they almost gave it up.
For all of the fumbles and the picks and the things that turned over the games, the fact that the Giants were still able to really pull it out just demonstrates how sucky the Dallas Cowboys
Yeah.
have been.
And it also means that, well, if you really want to think about it this way too, in a more positive light, it also shows the
Cowboys, I'm not
Giants
positive.
defense how relentless they are. They don't give
Mhm.
up. No matter what happens, they kept punching back. They didn't care. They were driving it down the field, and we still gave them answers. We made it hard for them to score, even when they scored. But the fact that they were able to just still come back and recover and persevere, as you like to say, just weather the offensive slaughter that was happening, because the Cowboys were looking like they were going to win the game with how they were playing, and it was stressing me out. But the defense said, "You know what? Those drives happen. Reset." All right, Giants fans, prepare. It's time to roast Evan Engram. Oh,
When
boy.
we need Ingram to do his job, he puts his arms out there and the ball magically falls through his hands. It just magically drops through every time we need him to do something.
Unbelievable. And it's always at the worst time of the game when we didn't need it to happen. You know what? It goes back to what I always say, Giants fans. He sucks.
Totally sucks. He totally sucks. And
I can't.
I can't.
I can't take it because he's supposed to be one of the top tight ends. How are you a Pro Bowl tight end and you drop that pass? How do you do that?
I don't.
They need to revoke his Pro Bowl. I'm sorry, he's not a pro tight end. No, not in my eyes. If you're gonna do that, especially repeatedly every other week, no. How are you a Pro Bowl tight end? I don't understand
But
how that's possible.
It's just a miserable. It's miserable watching him because you see that he's being targeted and you just have this feeling like something's gonna happen, and then something happens. I mean,
Yeah.
that something is nothing.
I
Nothing
don't.
good happens.
That is very true. Nothing happens. Nothing good happens. We could say that too.
Nothing good happens.
And when it does, it like shocks you. You're like, oh my God. He has that one crazy play, and then you hear nothing from him again. But like I said, Sterling Shepard was that guy today that was just wowing me the whole game. Him, Darius Slayton, like I said, I wanted more from Darius Slayton this game, but I think Darius Slayton is starting to get the respect that he deserves from defenses where they actually try to double him. Because if you don't, I mean, he's going. Yeah. So I saw a lot more double coverage on him. I saw less attention to Sterling Shepard, which is why I think Sterling Shepard thrived today. There wasn't really much targeting on him, although we were throwing him the ball a lot. Yes, we threw it to like 6 different receivers in the first half, but he was targeted a lot in the first half, and he was still producing, which is crazy to think about that. They knew it was going to him, and he still was producing yards. So, and 2 touchdowns. So he balled out today. He did his thing. Daniel Jones, like I said, I liked what I saw. I'm a little concerned about his throwing power on deep throws because I don't think he can throw full power yet off of that back leg because it didn't look like he was really getting a lot of oomph on it. It looked like he was actually undercutting the throws, which is why Darius Slayton wasn't able to get those passes because Darius Slayton is our deep route threat. That's our deep route threat.
But he was not a threat. He was not a threat in this game.
And again, it's not Darius Slayton's fault. Daniel Jones threw the ball very short and was lucky that it wasn't an interception, that Darius Slayton was able to stop and jump so high that he was able to get in front of the DB to stop him from catching it. Because that was about to be a pick.
He pulled is this his David Tyree moment?
That was crazy. That catch was crazy. And there was what's that guy's name? Pettis. That catch was crazy too. That should have not been a catch, by the way. But hey, you snooze, you lose. Literally.
Yeah, exactly. So we reset very quickly.
They knew he didn't catch it. Like, hurry up. I was sitting there like, just snap it, go. So we were lucky that changed the game. That changed the game for us. That honestly was the first dagger. The second dagger being Xavier McKinney's pick. So. And then the third one being Wayne Gallman getting the ball back after the ref tried to tell them that it was the Cowboys' ball. He was the one getting paid. We figured it out. He was the one getting paid by the Cowboys because he was like, no, it's the Cowboys' ball. It's like, it was already called the Giants' ball. It's too late. He tried to say that it was the Cowboys' ball.
Yeah, but even after review, they can turn it back, right? Or in that case, they can't.
Well, there wasn't enough conclusive evidence because the only evidence you had was that Wayne Gallman had possession of it.
When it came up. When everybody cleared the pile.
And then that's when the guy must have snatched it from him because he probably already heard, it's our ball. Great. And then somebody snagged it, was like, Cowboys. And then the ref who was getting paid, I'm convinced, said, it's Cowboys' ball.
Getting paid.
Jerk.
Oh, my God.
Some of those calls were bullcrap in the second half. You can't even lie.
Yeah, there were
some very questionable calls.
That
Sterling Shepard, illegal contact, whatever the hell they tried to call it.
Well, they said it because it was low. He threw his body across the bottom part of the guy's legs. And they were saying that was low. It was a low tackle.
I've seen wide receivers on other teams do it. That's all I'm going to say about that. I've seen tight ends do it.
Well, even I think Mike Pereira, the retired official, even he said that really wasn't a call. So whatever.
Yeah, it's not. That was bogus. It was a bogus call. That ref was getting paid. I'm telling you, the Cowboys always paid the refs.
Jerry Jones was in the building.
Yeah,
he took
whenever he's there. That's when the shady stuff happens.
He took the trip to Jersey
for a reason. He wanted to try to stop us from winning. But we have to pray that the freaking Dookie Eagles win this game.
I can't.
Against the just as dookie Washington football team that somehow had a growth in the middle of the season where they were like, we can win. And then they kind of very quickly lost that growth and went back. They declined. But also that's due to Dwayne Haskins' drama, which I'm actually very grateful that they're having. I'm glad that they're having that drama. It's setting us up for success.
That drama
is over.
They've released
but we'll see if it really is over because now if Dwayne Haskins is gone and Alex Smith chokes and doesn't win them the game, they're still going to have quarterback issues. So it's not like the drama is really over.
I don't know why they just didn't. I mean, they only had another game. I mean, he just got fired last week. Why didn't they keep him?
I have
one other week.
So I did some research because I was curious because stories like this don't add up with the amount of information that was given initially. So I looked inside and I saw some reporters who follow the Washington football team. And I looked in their reports. A lot of them were saying that Dwayne Haskins is a toxic person, which is kind of upsetting
that
to
is
hear.
Upsetting.
And he's toxic in the sense that he wants more from his team and he knows that the situation is not that great, but he was being very selfish and talking about his stats. He's like, look, I did this game. I did that. What did you do? That's very toxic. That's very toxic. Yeah, he made it about himself, and he thinks that he's I don't want to say that he thinks he's above everyone. What he's saying is that this is my team. I don't care what any of you say. I'm the one doing this. I'm holding it down. These are my stats from this last game. What did y'all do? Et cetera, et cetera. And then initially, the coaches didn't even want Dwayne Haskins. When they drafted him, the coaches didn't want him. The management made the decision to draft Dwayne Haskins. The coaches didn't even want him from the start. And I knew that he knew that, because why wouldn't you know that? The coaches at some point, it's going to slip up. As the player, you're going to hear someone say that out of their mouths, that we didn't really want Dwayne Haskins, or I don't think Dwayne Haskins is the answer for our offense, et cetera. So that created a toxic relationship.
Let's call it what it was, a toxic entanglement.
Yes. So it was doomed from the start. And, not having many other options for the Washington football team kind of forced them to play him, which, gave him that ego where he's like, oh, see, y'all need me. And then that made it worse. And then John Rivera said, you know what, I'm done. Get rid of him, because he pulled a James Harden.
Who's
and was
John
partying.
Rivera? Is that his name?
That's the head coach.
Is
That's
his name John? I thought his name was something else. First name was something else. Anyway.
Ron Rivera. Whatever. That's how bad the team is. I don't know their head coach's name.
In any case, it seems as though we are in quite a pickle, having to root for the Birds to win over Washington.
Let's go over who's out. Fletcher Cox, they're one of their best players, if not the best player on defense. That's not good. Miles Sanders, one of their biggest playmakers, if not the biggest one. Mm-hmm. Derek Barnett, another good pass rusher. Dallas Goedert, another good playmaker for the tight end position. Deshaun freaking Jackson, he's gone.
Well, he's never healthy. I mean,
never. He's too small. Richard Rodgers, I don't know who that is. Offensive tackle Jordan Maillat. Oh, so they got some linemen out too. That's like almost the whole goddamn offense.
It's sabotage. Or in the words of William Shatner, sabotage.
They don't want the Giants to make it to the playoffs, so everybody's hurt. So that way the Washington football team can win.
I think they're sitting them. I think the word is sitting them out, because it's the last game of the season and the Eagles really don't have a chance.
That's their worst record since 2012.
I don't know.
That's bad. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. So I don't know that. I don't know. We could try to be happy. We could be excited about a moment of possibly clinching the NFC East title. We can have that moment right now, but I don't know that we can go beyond this.
I'll be staying tuned to watch the Washington Eagles game. I will be watching a little bit of it, and whatever I see, I'm hoping that in the first half the Eagles have the advantage of some sort. If anything, I hope it's a defensive game and it's close.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to see a big scoring game, because I don't
no
think the Eagles
blowout,
can hang with that.
no Washington big win with a blowout over the Eagles.
No,
it would suck.
I really need a close defensive game. The defense needs to step up for the Eagles, because look, we need y'all to win. This is the only time I wish y'all could win. Please help.
It's the once a season, if once every couple of seasons, the Giants fans have to root.
Don't leave me with this. Don't. He's trash.
He's trash.
I'm tired of Evan Engram. Please help us.
Engram needs to go. I was against it at first, because I want to get a brother a chance, because you always say I'm on the bandwagon.
I'm over him. I'm over Evan Engram.
He needs to go.
He's done.
Maybe he'll do better at somewhere else. Maybe he'll be more.
If he does, screw him even more. He's not supposed to do better anywhere else. He was supposed to be good with us.
Yeah. Well, he's had more than a chance.
Way too many chances.
The
guy can't stay healthy. The guy can't catch it every damn week.
It's time for him to go. It's time for him to go. So we've got a New York Giants with a chance to go to the playoffs.
Clinch the NFC.
It's 6-10 because it's just that type of season.
One of the worst records of all time to make it to the playoffs. If we pull this off. This is not something to necessarily be proud of, but at the same time, we have to accept it.
But we have to do it at the misfortune of another team, and then
yes. And then we may have to play for a wild card spot.
Yeah, that's true. So it's once again, we're nail biter at the end of the season. I'm just hoping if we do make it, that no one decides to take a boat trip.
And how about this? Speaking of boat trip, we need wide receivers, since most of them were wide receivers on that damn boat trip.
True.
We need wide receivers. Dave Gettleman, whether he's here or not after the season is over, the Giants organization better look at that roster and say, we need some friggin' weapons for Daniel Jones. Because if we don't get no weapons, it's automatic failure for the next season. He needs weapons. I'm tired of seeing him throw it to people coming off the practice squad, trying to prove themselves. Undrafted free agent bums becoming stars somehow. I'm tired of seeing it. Stop picking up people from McDonald's. Get him from the damn draft. First round. Please. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for a lot. I'm asking for 1 or 2 good people that he can throw to.
Not somebody who's a diamond in the rough that we
why do I have to praise somebody coming off of an undrafted free agent? Like, why do I have to praise someone like that? Let me praise somebody who's supposed to be Evan Engram.
Yeah. Let's do that.
And Saquon, can you stay healthy for a season, please? Just one full season. I love you, brother, but Jesus.
I didn't. You know what? I had blocked it out that it was the second game that he got hurt. I blocked that out.
I mean, let's be honest. He got banged up and beat up, but you know what? He needs to suck it up and stop getting hurt.
I agree.
I need Saquon Barkley to be the franchise player that he's supposed to be and not get hurt. I love the guy. I have the utmost respect for him and everything, but the guy gets hurt too much, and I'm tired of seeing him hurt and leaving us to just run around with scraps.
Yeah.
So, no offense to Wayne Gallman and company, but you're not Saquon. Sorry.
No, he's doing his best.
And shout out to my cousin Jabril Peppers for balling out today. I'm wearing your jersey right now, brother. You're the
Peppers, was he hurt at the end or no?
Yes, he was, and I'm a little concerned, but they didn't go into it. I'm concerned. They didn't go into what had happened. It looks like he grabbed his knee, and he had grabbed his knee earlier from when he ran into that. It was like a machine. I don't know what it was. It looked like it just had a pad over it and stuff, but I think his knee collided in with the machine. He can't be hurt.
He was not hurt initially off of that drive, right?
Hey, well, adrenaline.
Then and then after that, he ended up being on the field hurt. So it wasn't that rolling.
No, I'm saying that's what probably led to the injury.
Yeah, it's possible.
Because I'm telling you, he hit it really hard. He ran full speed to stop that receiver from catching. I think it was CeeDee Lamb. Full speed to block that pass so he couldn't catch it for a touchdown. He ran right into that machine. So I wouldn't be surprised if that carried over and he got hurt more. So we'll have to see what happens with him. But as Giants fans, guys, we have to pray for the Eagles to win. As disgustingly disturbing as that sounds,
go
you
Birds.
Need to just say, yes, go Birds. We have to say it. But that's what we got to do. Fly, Eagles, fly.
I don't know the rest of the words of the song, but there's a
that's
song.
all I know. But that's all I have for you guys right now. I feel good and I feel a little anxious at the same time. It's one of those seasons. That's it.
So we're gonna end this with this could be the last episode of the season.
Yeah, of this season.
So we appreciate you watching and subscribing and sharing and liking this video and then leaving comments. But if we happen to have a postseason, we will be back for yet another episode. But we can again go Birds. We need
go Birds. EAGLES Eagles. It's the only time you ever see me say that. Ever.
And it's been a very weird and disappointing yet exciting season.
Very weird. Very weird.
So we again thank you for watching. Thanks for checking us out and being a part of our first season of Family Bonding, the G-Man Mother and Son post-game show. I am so happy to bring you my son and I's crazy conversations about the Giants.
There'll be plenty more.
And even if we don't come back into the postseason, we will have a draft preview as well.
I think we also need to do any sort of off-season antics, like postseason. If Dave Gettleman gets fired, we definitely have to talk about that. I'm going to be celebrating.
Yes,
that's going to feel like I'm the king of the world at that point. Nothing can stop me.
We'll definitely have to come back for something like that. So until then, I want you to take care. Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year.
You know what? Happy football watching. We still have a few weeks.
Yes. Watch that Eagles game, guys. Come on. It's big. We need them to win.
Bye-bye.
Bye.